Okay, it's 4 o'clock. I'm going to call today's meeting to order. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. We're live streaming today, so when you speak, if you please introduce yourself. First item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from July 8th and July 29th. I'd like to move to approve those.
Second.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. New business, item A, SD 22-3, Marc.
Yes, this is a subdivision that was went through preliminary and secondary in 2023, and they did finally get the infrastructure in completely. And so it is to you today for the final plat. The applicant is Sugar Creek Property Group, and the location is 1/4 mile north of 580 North on the west side of 231. The land use and the existing zoning is residential, and the proposed subdivision is adjacent to North Montgomery High School. The petitioner requests final plat approval of Fox's Run, the 15-lot subdivision in Montgomery County. Road system, it is accessed off of 231. And your land use ordinance has not changed. All lots are 1 acre in size. The lots will be on-site septic and well. And staff does recommend approval of the final plat.
Thank you, Marc. Is the petitioner here and have anything else to add? Okay, thanks, Roger. Any questions from the board on this subdivision? Being none, at 4:02, we're going to open the public hearing. Okay, public hearing closed at 4:02.
Jake, I do have a question. Were they gonna, it says access to North Montgomery High School, is that a road or just a path? Sidewalk pathway?
There were two of them. We switched them. We only took one by request from the high school.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments from the board? Being none, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
I move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Thank you. Item B, SD 2025-6, Marc.
Your second case is SD 2025-6. The petitioner is the Jones Simpson and Charles Kelly subdivision. Your case today is to consider the preliminary plat approval of the Jones Simpson Kelly subdivision. The applicant is Charles Kelly. The owner is Stephen Jones and Michael Simpson. The property location is 60 North block of Newcore Road. That 60 North is not an address, that's just a designator. Your land use and zoning, the existing land use is agricultural row crop, and existing zoning is commercial. Property is zoned commercial and is being used as agro crop. The petitioner requests preliminary plat approval of the Jones Simpson Kelly plat, and the proposed plat splits 2 parcels owned by Jones and Simpson into 1 12-acre parcel. The road system would be Newcore Road, and your land use ordinances. Again, the proposed plat splits a 12-acre lot out of 2 parcels owned by Jones and Simpson. The special flood hazard area is not located on the proposed lots in this plat. No wetlands are delineated on the proposed property. Stormwater drainage ordinance has not been evaluated in this plat review. Any development that locates on the proposed property would be required to submit calculations for drainage and receive Plan Commission approval prior to final plat. Address numbering system can be met. The current proposed location does not have an approved entrance, but can meet required distances as well as right-of-way requirements on Newcore Road. And the applicant is proposing a truck parking location. Based on the plat submitted, staff does recommend approval of the preliminary plat.
Thank you, Mark.
Mark, can you enlarge the map there a little bit?
Yes. To a certain location?
Just,
Okay, these are the two parcels. So the first one in red there is owned by Jones and Simpson, and the second one to the rear is owned by Jones and Simpson. And the area,
take in more of an area is what I'm talking about,
yes,
sorry.
the area of development, this is a little smaller, but just for quick, that's 8.75 acres. They're asking for 12 acres. So that hashed area that I just put there is where they're looking to split from those two lots into one lot.
Can you take in more of the geographical area, the neighbors,
Yes.
please? Trying to understand exactly where that's at.
Yeah, this is just south of Landstar, which is just south of Pilot,
That's what I'm
at
saying.
32. So here's Pilot, here's State Road 32.
Yeah.
Landstar is here where my cursor is. And then the proposed is this section of land, just south of Landstar. There is a 20-foot agricultural easement between the two properties owned by Larry Davis.
Can I ask questions now or later? So when you say truck parking, can you elaborate a little more?
Truck parking similar to Landstar.
Because Landstar is training, right?
Correct.
So that's going to be a training center as well?
No training, just parking.
Okay.
No buildings or anything?
Yeah, there will be buildings. They're not on this plan, but there will be buildings. They will. There'll be at least a guard shack and then another building. But it is, like I said, it is not on this plan.
Any other questions for Mark? Okay.
So this is just a preliminary plat then?
It is the preliminary plan, yes.
Does petitioner have anything to add? Okay. At 4:08, we'll open the public hearing. 4:08, we'll close the public hearing. I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the preliminary plot for Jones, Simpson, Kelly. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Item C, public hearing for preliminary plot of Twin Oaks, 8th and 9th edition, plot amendment. Mark?
I had to move my map around a little bit here. So PA 2025-7 is a plat amendment of Twin Oaks 8th and 9th edition. The applicant is RGW LLC. And the property location is 1820 West Block of Blue Beach Lane in the Twin Oaks subdivision in Crawfordsville. Land use and zoning. The existing land use is single-family dwellings and vacant properties. Your existing zoning is residential. and neighboring properties are ag and mostly residential. It is a higher density residential area. The petitioner requests preliminary plat approval of the Twin Oaks 8th and 9th plat amendment. The proposed plat splits from 5-acre parcel, 3 lots for incorporation into Twin Oaks 8th and 9th edition for the purpose of cleaning up the boundaries in the 8th and 9th edition on Blue Beach Lane in the Twin Oaks subdivision. The property is accessed from Black Creek Valley Road and then Twin Oaks Drive through Blue Beach Lane. All 3 lots are to be added to existing lots of the Twin Oaks subdivision. Lot 1 adds to a property to adjoining owners. Lot 2 adds to a plat area adjacent to Lot 80, and lots 3 is added to a lot that adjoins. No special flood hazard area on the proposed lots. No delineation of wetlands exists on the properties. No drainage plan would be required for this plat amendment, and because it is a cleanup of the lot 8 and 9, sections 8 and 9 of Twin Oaks. Based on the above findings, staff does recommend approval of the preliminary plat of the Twin Oaks 8th and 9th plat amendment. So you have the plat in front of you, and just for a little explanation really quick before the designer comes up, there's some areas that don't show on this parcelization, and you can kind of see in your plat, there's an area here that will be parceled off, and that's parcel 1. There's an area over here that will be parceled off as lot number 2, and then there is a utility area or something that's unimproved in this area that will be a parcel as well. So let me zoom out just a little bit here. So this area will be included in the northern parcel here, which is actually a drainage area of Twin Oaks subdivision. So this is a 3-lot subdivision plat amendment.
Okay, thanks, Mark. Any questions for Mark from the board?
So the parcel 3 is only for utilities? Is that what you're?
Originally, it was just a 15-foot swath of ground that wasn't deeded to either side of the property, so it's still part of the RGW property there. So they are looking to clean up this area by giving that piece of property to one owner or the other, which I'm sure that in the intro from the owner, they can explain that a little better than I can.
Is the designer here? Okay. Roger, would you like to speak?
Good evening, everyone. Roger Azar with DS Engineering. As Mark mentioned, this is really a cleanup job. When they did the subdivision, they left a lot of nooks and crannies everywhere. The gentleman that lives at 1814 West Blue Beach, his septic is on the parcel that is part of RGW. So what we're gonna do is section that portion out and give it to that gentleman so he has his septic as part of his parcel. And then where the trees are that Mark had pointed out, the gentleman on 922 Twin Oaks had taken care of it and he believed it was his. It's not, so we're gonna take that section, give it to him. And then there's that parcel 3, which is a 15-foot segment. When we did the boundary survey, we discovered that that was still part of RGW's property, and that we're open to give to either one of the neighbors, whomever wants it, and if nobody wants it, RGW will maintain will maintain ownership of that parcel. So it's really it should have never been done this way, but it is. So we're cleaning it all up just to make it clean. And I think when I talked to Mr. Whitecotton, who owns the property, and his cousin, it's going to be basically a free transfer, just giving the properties away just to clean that up and have everybody kind of the septic with the house, and the small sliver goes to one of the neighbors and clean that whole mess up.
Thank you, Roger.
Yeah.
He wants to say something. Do we need to do it in the open? Okay. We'll get you in the public hearing. We're about ready to start, so, okay.
Well, it's got to do with that.
Right. So we'll ask during the public hearing. So 4:15, we're going to open the public hearing. So go ahead, you can ask your question now.
You can come up here. Now?
Yes. Yeah. The hearing.
I'm Thomas A. Lawler. I own the property at 1896 West Blue Beach Lane, which is on the east side of that property line. I've been there 27 years, and as far as I understand it, my property line has always been the fence line, not going into the easement. I have absolutely no desire for that property. I don't want it at all. It's full of trees. From the south end, if you look north, you can't see the north survey marker because it's so heavily wooded that it's impossible to do anything with. And Dick German lived there originally before I moved in. I've been there 27 years. He always took care of it. When he sold the property to Peter Swanson, the Swansons have always taken care of it. They've got the equipment to do it. I've got a 42-inch deck, zero turn, that it's impossible for me to get in there and try to even maintain it. If I tried to, I'd rip the blades up trying to do anything with it. So I have absolutely no desire to have that property. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Any additional public comment? Okay, being none, we'll close public hearing at 4:17. Now, I guess we're looking for a motion to approve the additional plot amendment for Twin Oaks. Or do we have additional comments or conversation?
So we have a parcel no one wants, then how do you handle that?
We haven't offered it we have not offered the parcel to the property to the west, because it lined up with this gentleman's property, so we assumed he'd want it. There was an assumption. He doesn't want it. We'll offer it to the property to the west. If they don't want it, Jack's gonna maintain that property. He'll keep ownership of it. We're not gonna stop the process over a 15-foot swath. If nobody wants it, he'll just maintain ownership of it.
Okay, thank you, Roger.
So does that have any bearing on what we do?
No, we're not involved in any of that at all. This is just drawing the lot lines.
Okay.
Is all we're doing, and what Mr. White Cotton does with it is not our business
Okay.
today at all, and no one can make anybody take property, so
Yep.
I think you're okay.
Yeah. Motion to approve.
We have a
Second.
motion, and second. All right, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Steve Loy, Bob Campbell made the motion. Okay, item 4, SD 2025-8, public hearing for Pine Meadows minor plots.
Well, I don't have to move the map far because this is related to the same location. So SD 2025-8 is Pine Meadows minor plat. The case is to consider the preliminary plat of Pine Meadows. The applicant is Jack White Cotton. Property location is the 1700 West Block of Old Wayne-Town Road. Existing land use is single-family dwelling and vacant. Existing zoning is ag. Neighboring property zoning is ag and residential. So the request is for preliminary plat of the Pine Meadows minor plat. The proposed plat splits the remainder of the RGW LLC property adjacent to Twin Oaks, accessed off of Old Wayne-Town Road. The property is accessed from Old Waynestown Road and has required frontage for the 2-lot minor plat property. If you remember, minor plats up to 5, including the mother parcel, and they have to be a minimum 2 acres. And both of these lots would be 2 acres. Both lots will be served by on-site septic system and private well. There's no special flood hazard area and no delineated wetlands. The drainage plan will not be required due to the size of the buildable lots per the minor plat. Address numbering system can be met with the proposed platted lots. And on the existing property, one house has already been built on the property, and then we'll be splitting off a second 2-acre property. Staff does recommend approval of this preliminary plat of the Pine Meadows minor plat.
Thank you. Does petitioner have anything to add? Any questions of the board?
This was split into 2 subdivisions because of the access. One is access from Old Waynestown Road, and access couldn't be gained from Blue Beach Lane, so that's why we have 2. We have a plat amendment and then a minor subdivision on the same property.
Just a question. I mean, it looks like the property line goes north side of Waynestown Road. Is that true?
Sorry, Steve, ask that again.
It looks like the north property boundaries on the north side of Waynestown Road. I mean, it's not our issue, but
You are correct. The way the survey came out, it's on the north side of the road, but the road takes precedence, obviously with the right-of-way. And what was remaining on the south side of it was 4 acres that we were able to split into 2. Again, that was the residual of the mess that was below it. So once we cleaned that up, there were 4 acres left, and Jack and his cousin are gonna own 2 and 2 each. So that was the idea there.
is that so if it's north side of the road, is that encroachment on somebody else's property, or is that?
No, I think it's within the right-of-way of the road, within the road, actually. So, I mean, obviously, the road's there, it's been there. It has its right-of-way, so it takes precedence over the property line.
Okay.
At some point, if the county wants to clean it up, we can resurvey the road out of it and have a transfer of that, but I don't see the need for it, unless
I
Dan says
just-
otherwise.
Just curious. I'm good.
Any other questions from the board? At 4:23, we're going to open the public hearing. Yes. Please state your name and address, please.
I'm Jeff Burke, and a property owner at 1881 West Blue Beach Lane. And just a question to understand now, the one lot is the lot that K.Y. Cotton's new house has already been built on, is that correct? And the other lot will also be accessed from Waynestown Road, is that correct? And the only concern I would have there is if people have driven along there, as the road forks and the trees and so forth, would be some potential safety concerns with coming in and out of that driveway, which wouldn't be my problem necessarily. But just, I don't know if that's been considered, carefully in terms of exactly how that would work safely. Again, because there's a fork in the road right there, and school buses and some other things, just a concern as an interested bystander. Again, it doesn't affect me where I live, and I promise that I'll be very careful to go by there because I know the risk, but other people may not. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comment? Public hearing's closed at 4:24.
On the access issue, the owner, when they get ready to build on that and they want access, they'll have to go to the highway department and get a permit. And at that time, they'll do line of sight clearance issues and examine that part of the issue that Mr. Burke talks about.
Thank you. This time, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the plot.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Our fifth item is subdivision control ordinance amendment. Thanks, Roger.
As stated at your July 8th meeting, we did tell you that we had some amendments to the subdivision control ordinance for you. So as far as just the general summary of that, 152.04, in the definitions, there's been a change to the definition of a subdivision. So I'll just read the change for the purposes of this definition. The term parcelization for agricultural purposes includes one subdivision of a parcel for single-family residential of not more than 2 acres from a parent parcel. Subdivisions of more than one parcel of not more than 2 acres for single-family residential, and subdivisions of a parcel for single residential larger than 2 acres are not included in the scope. So this definition is we're just expanding on that definition for some larger parcels that want to parcel off a home lot. 152.15 waivers. This edit requires petitioner to apply for a variance at the time of submission request. I'm sorry, waiver. Sorry about that. So the applicant may apply for a waiver or more than one waiver from the requirements of the subdivision control ordinance when making application for plat approval. So that is the change to that section. 152.19, public hearing adds language and time frame for incomplete applications. 152.41, vacation of plats. This adds verbiage requiring a complete application for the 30-day requirement, which has been handed down. Not more than 30 days after receiving a complete petition, the zoning administrator will schedule a hearing on the petition and provide notice to all owners of land. And that notice must be mailed at least 10 days prior. So 152.42 is minor plats. This allows administrative approval of minor plats. And then the final edit, which is in your packet today, is regarding drainage, and is 152.57. And this is handed down from us, from the state, from SB1 and other statutory requirements. For the purpose of calculating and regulating stormwater runoff from a developed and undeveloped plat, the following most recent data shall be used. So this just tells us what data sets we have to use for drainage plans. And so that's the remainder of, that's all of the edits of the subdivision code. Yes, for a minor, if it meets our code, the administrator, being me, could approve that minor plat, yes. For the final, yes.
You did preliminary, you did the final. Yes, and it does. And the only question, when you have final plat, Mark touched on this earlier, but the first question is, are the improvements done? They were supposed to be done, drainage, streets, that sort of thing. And secondly, does the final plat comply substantially with the preliminary plat? Those things are really pretty administrative in nature. A lot of jurisdictions allow the zoning administrator to do that. That way the developer doesn't have to come back a second time and have a 3-minute hearing, is really what it's designed to do. So this is very common, but it's not something we put in the original subdivision control ordinance, and we thought while we're making changes, might be a good way to make that go faster and again, freeze up your agenda a little bit.
Thank you, Dan. Guess at 4:30, we'll open the public hearing. 4:30, public hearing closed. I'd like to entertain a motion to accept the amendments to our subdivision control ordinance. Motion second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Same sign. Thank you. Other business, item A, SD 2025-9, conceptual plat.
Again, this is just a concept at this time. This is on the north side of the town of Linden, and it is on the Byron Fugate property. It is at this time, it is a 68-acre parcel, and they are looking to parcelize in what would be the northeast corner of 1100 North and 231. So I'll just roughly draw something in there so you see where it is. For a Dollar General, so I just want to introduce that location to you. They are looking to go through platting to plat that lot off for the Dollar General prior to going to rezone with the Planning Commission and then the commissioners. So this is just an introduction today, and one of the things that you will hear in the future on this particular subdivision is the town of Linden is going to supply utilities to this property, but they are not going to annex.
For just an introduction, you don't need an action item, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
I just bring these up to you, make sure you don't have any questions. Again, our process requires them to have a parcel to rezone because they don't want to rezone the entire 68 acres, and neither do we. So we have them go through the subdivision process, create this lot, and then come back to us with the rezone.
Thank you.
Again, you said corner of 1100 North and 231? Yeah, okay.
Here's the railroad, this is Carville. Right. The town of Linden boundary stops right at 1100 and takes in a portion of the ground there from railroad to 231 or Main Street to the town of Linden. So this is 231 up through here. This is Childress here. And so they're looking to parcel off there in that corner. The reason they're going in that corner is because of the town has proposed to extend town sewer, town water, town electricity to that site.
Slide just a little bit north of that.
Oh, you want to show us? Okay.
So, north side of Childress is,
Yes.
yeah. So I see there's a house going up there.
Yes, there is.
That's been parcelized.
That was already a parcel. They did come to us for a variance to do commercial business on that property because it is a TK model home. So and that went through the BZA, and their purpose for this is to have a model home for people to tour, also have a few offices, and then after 4 or 5 years, sell that as a single-family dwelling, and then do a model home somewhere else. They've done them in Brownsburg and Lafayette. They have timed out in those locations. They found a piece of property here in Montgomery County that they could do this at, so that went through the BZA last year, and yeah, they are building the house now.
Anything else from the board? Okay, then I'll make a motion to adjourn. We have a second? All in favor say aye. Aye. So, next regular meeting's Tuesday, September 9th. Thank you.